Oh, sorry.
No.
That's fine.
No, Iggy in the net.
That's what I was going to ask, so somebody else take it.
First off, what do you consider a grade A chance?
Well, it's a different factor: the movement of the goalie and the location of the shot, basically, and the velocity of the shot as well.
All right, and I guess because my thought is, are you happy when you guys get into those right positions with the actual shot attempts and what should?
And there's it's a good question. There's a number of factors. I think there's you need to generate the chance. That is the first step. Then after you need to do good with that chance. I think it's two different things for me. It's generating is often a team thing. It's the sport you have is the movement you create. It's sometimes it's obstruction or the non-carrier opening up some ice for the puck carrier and in order to make a play or take a shot. So there's some factor going at creating the chance, and then you need to do good with your chance. You need to have quality shot. You need to pick the corner and those kind of things. I think it's two different things. And there's different now the company we work with. We're not working only with one. We work with a few ones, so we can compare. And you will never agree. They don't agree to each other. We don't agree with them either. So but it gives you a ballpark. It's did we had 15 grade A or we had 12 or we had 9. It's up to debate. But at the end of the day, normally if you had 15, not one company will say 15, the other will say 9. Maybe one will say 15, the other one will say 13 or 16 or something like that. But it's in the same ballpark. It gives you an idea.
Sorry, Cole. Is there a percentage that you're looking for? Like I want to convert on 15 or 10% of these.
I think that is really individual. Like I said, it's two different things. It depends about who gets your chance. You know what I mean, and it depends as well of the goalie on the other side, the time and space the puck carrier had, and stuff like that. That's why you need to have a certain volume. You cannot say, hey, okay, we have 6 grade A, but we didn't have a lot of Bs and we didn't have a lot of Cs and we didn't have a lot of opportunity. I think that can make a tough night. So there's every data you will get, there's underlined to it, and there's more to it than one stats.
Overall, what kind of an impact has Lawson Krause had on the team this year, despite having his production be lower than last year?
Yeah, I think since, like I said that before, since a little bit before Christmas, I think he's a force out there by his physicality, his speed, his forecheck, his intensity. He brings as well, leadership and maturity to our team. I think he has more than his production who help our team.
Just Liam O'Brien and Michael Carcone, they've kind of been swapped in and out this season, but with the injuries, what does it do having both of them in the lineup at the same time?
Well, I think both of them. I said it during training camp. I felt we had 14 forwards who should be playing every night. I said it. So now we're in the situation where we have injury, and those guys are playing, and they're contributing. They bring good stuff. I think since we'll be playing on the more regular base, I think you can see the physicality and the intensity of our team. You bring a lot of intangible who are not always on the scoreboard, but are important. Our energy in our team, the presence he has for the other team as well. Everybody knows when he's on the ice and the energy and the physicality and the toughness he brings. So that's important. And for Karts, is the speed, and he's strong in his battle as well. There is a guy who should play every night in the NHL. It's just a matter for us. We have that, but it's a good thing to have. And we had Donner who played a lot in the A, but he's a good player. You can see his contribution when he played with us. He played his line since he's in the lineup has been good. Whoever he played with, so I think that's showed the depth we're talking about.
What's the message in the room right now as far as holding on to leads and closing out games?
I answered that yesterday a little bit, but it's not. There's a difference. In the last 2 games, we played well. We played solid in the third. It's not because we didn't play well. Did we play as well as we did in the first 2? And last game, probably not, but we played good enough to even win the period, so we didn't. It's unfortunate, but the performance was better. Now, we still address the team on some situation, some visual of, okay, the pressure was not as hard and the poise with the puck was not as smooth and stuff like that. But we still made a lot of plays. So it's a balance of showing, hey, we did a lot of good stuff. And here's the stuff we need to keep growing. I think from a week and 10 days ago, we improved. We need to keep improving. And stress is normal. Whatever, if both teams play a good game tonight, with 10 to go, it will be a even game or a one-goal game on one side or the other, and there will be stress. So you need to live with it. That's being a pro, and it's normal to have stress. You're human. You care. You want to do good. That's part of the business. So now you need to get comfortable with it.
Based on what you've seen thus far, would you consider Doan's time in the AHL a success?
Absolutely. You will hear me say that all the time. There's never too much time in the minor. There's not a one player who likes to hear that, but that's true. I think there's no such thing than spending too much time. First, the AHL is a good league. It's way better than people think. It's not easy to have success in the AHL. It's a good checking line. There's a lot of toughness, and the schedule is tough. So to go there and to grind it out and to learn to become a better pro and more consistent, it's a good thing.
Is Gunther any closer?
Yeah, day to day is 1 day closer. Yeah, no, but he's closer. It's really day to day now.
We know how smart Kerfoot is and how highly you think of him as a player. How has he elevated Keller and Schmaltz just with the small sample you've seen from him?
Yeah, the thing is, they played together last year. There's already an understanding between each other on how to play. When you're playing with elite player, it sounds easy. Sometimes you hear people say, "Oh, even me can play with them." And no. They think the game at that really high level, and they're really clever in their decisions. So and they expect you to be at a certain spot at a certain time. So because Kerfoot had been there last year, it helped a lot. Because last year when he started to play with them, we had to go through that grooming of understanding where to be at the right time and stuff like that. And you could see last game there were a lot of pace, there were not a lot of hesitation. They knew what to expect from each other. So that was a good mix.